welcome
Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night.
Quarantine Classics.
Here we are. And just by way of introduction, I'm Nick. Below me is Joe. I don't know if it's on the same. Everybody's.
I'm somewhere.
Okay.
I'm to your left on this thing, but who knows?
George, say hello.
Hello.
And George, you're in the Tanner family living room. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Steve, you're still.
Hello, everybody.
Still in your brother-in-law's above their garage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Like the Fonz.
Are you guys thinking about just staying there forever now?
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Any updates on that donkey?
Oh, daily. Every single day there's new updates.
Steve, in all seriousness, like we joke about you Frenching, but in all seriousness, have you Frenched your wife since you've been in the brother-in-law's place?
We certainly have, of
Are you
course.
serious?
Yes.
There's
Okay.
a spin-off show right there.
Yeah.
Well, I meant the donkey and Frenching.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Hey, you know what's Easter? Is today Easter? Tomorrow's Easter.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Let's start off with an Easter classic. This is a found footage festival Easter classic. This is featured in Volume 9, and this is a home movie from we're guessing Massachusetts. It's called Jeff's Birds. It's this guy whose name isn't Jeff walking around his home with a camcorder, or somebody's home with a camcorder, and videotaping things. And one of those things is a rabbit, and then he sings a song that he makes up as he goes along, and it's genius. So here's Jeff's Birds.
Oh, here we go. This guy here, he's uptight. He wants to know why he ain't on film. Here, come up in front, Bunny. Hey, hey.
Hey,
You're a little girl's every dream. Boy, they love bunnies. A rabbit.
Okay, here comes the song. Listen closely.
Here comes the Easter bunny hopping down the trail. Hippity hop, don't stop. I got your Easter eggs. All right, I gotta go.
All right, I gotta go.
it's a tradition at this point to play that every Easter
Yeah.
because we think that song should be the new Easter standard. Forget Peter Cottontail. It's Here Comes the Easter.
There are no Easter songs. There's a million Christmas songs. There are no Easter songs. That's going to be the Easter song.
Well, it should be, yeah. And we actually decided to make a karaoke version of it. And we thought, hey, it's the night before Easter. What if we all just sang along with it? And there's no way we're all going to be in sync. But we made a karaoke version.
Let's do it. Sing along at home.
Okay.
George provided the background music for this, and the lyrics will be at the bottom of the screen. Here we go. Here comes the Easter bunny hopping down the trail. Hippity hop, don't stop. I've got your Easter eggs. And then you gotta wait for a second, and then it goes, all right,
I gotta go.
All right, everybody, real loud now.
Let's hear you at
Here we go,
home.
here we go, here we go.
Here
comes the
Easter bunny hopping down the trail.
Hippity hop, don't stop. I've got your Easter eggs. Wait.
Everybody, real loud. All right,
All right, I gotta go.
Happy Easter, everybody. It's the new standard.
That was actually really pretty. Like
You
the
know-
way, it just sounded really good.
Yeah, it sounded great to me too. And really easy to sing when everybody's coming in at slightly different
Yeah.
times.
Well, I
It's
mean, I
around.
always have a wonderful voice, so it's,
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
And Steve, you were up the loudest too, so I really enjoyed that.
uh,
You know how
terrific.
they like Peter Cottontail, there was like a stop motion animated Peter Cottontail, which I think is what he was sort of basing his song on. Somebody needs to make a modern day stop motion Easter special that uses Jeff's Birds. Like, have the bunny in the cage, and then you see the guy behind the camera of Jeff's Bird. Maybe even see Jeff.
I was gonna say you could actually use the same. Is that what you're saying? That you would use his
Yeah.
song, like his
Yes.
voice? Okay, yeah.
And somebody make a little stop motion Easter special, and that could be the new tradition. Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there. I'm not going to do it, but
Yeah, it's called Hippity Hop, Don't Stop.
an Easter miracle, and we get to see Jeff at the end.
So this is a new segment that we thought we'd try out this week called Terrible Photos of Us. And what we're going to show you 2 or 3 terrible photos of ourselves that we have. And then we're going to ask the Melindas, send in terrible photos of you.
But But before we do that, let me just kick it off
Whatever.
with a video about photography that I've shown once before, but I think it's good to revisit because we're showing you unflattering photos. Here's how to take sexy, flattering photos.
So do the opposite of this.
Do the opposite. Yeah. Don't do this. Don't pose with a teddy bear. You'll see.
Just turn the head now to me. Cute. Chin down. Chin over here. To your left. That's it.
Once the basic set is established, a modification can be easily made by changing the gel colors over the background lights from amber to pink. This effect offers a subject a more innocent and playful look.
Kind of gross.
You want to fix the bear for me, please?
Sure.
Good. Chin over here, Sherry. That's
Fix
it.
the
That's
bear
very
for me,
good.
please.
Hold 1 second. We got to wait for
Record
the
the
little bear to
1-800
come in.
number.
Hold right there. Nicely done. Nicely done. Cute. Lift the chin
Now
just
try
a little
this.
bit.
I didn't
Hold.
say he had
Turn
the
chin
money.
a little bit more to your left. Good. Hold. Bring the little bear right down toward you. Nice little together. Cheek to cheek. Super. Hold. Lift the chin just a little bit. That's good, Sherry. Hold. You got it.
Another great setting for boudoir photography is the bathroom.
Snuck up
In
on
the
us there.
bathtub set, we use a smoke machine for 2 reasons. 1, the smoke creates a dramatic effect. 2, it can conceal parts of a subject's body she may wish hidden from the camera's view.
She's a cyborg from the waist down. So, and that's how to take boudoir photographs. You can see her with the teddy bear at the end.
We should all take boudoir photos of ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't have my
Maybe that should
my
be the
fog
segment.
machine.
Yeah. We're gonna have to order one, George.
I'm going
My
with
teddy bear collection.
I'm going with pink lighting for a more innocent look.
Nick, while I was going through terrible photos of myself, I came across more terrible photos of Nick than I did.
Yeah,
of
I have a
myself.
feeling that's what this is going to be about.
Well, it all started with the Red Robin photo, which I didn't queue up, but
We've seen it all enough.
I'll
Yeah.
say, okay, the photo I took of Nick at the Red Robin, very unflattering, low angle. You can see up his nostrils, and he looks like Dom DeLuise. And so that's I think that was the impetus for this idea. And it's like, oh, let's just share a bunch of others. And Nick, you said in an email that you found 30 terrible photos of yourself.
Yeah, I was going through an old photo box today and crying a little bit, and I picked out. I scanned in some good ones today, so maybe I'll
Why
just.
don't you kick things off?
Sure, yeah. I'll just get this over with. It's kind of like tearing off a Band-Aid here. So let's try and get this over with.
That's why I wanted to do the segment, because I knew it'd make you feel uncomfortable.
This is the only known photo of Joe and I from when we first met. This would have been summer of 1987, maybe? You can see I'm going through my John Candy phase.
No, but look at this. My T-shirt is it's like
Yeah.
a triple XL.
Yeah, I know, it's huge.
I'm just swimming in that fucker.
And you know how the other, on a Quarantine Classics, I think you showed off our humor newspaper, the Daily Chimp,
Yeah.
the first issue. It's right there in the bottom right corner.
Wow.
You can
Oh, there it
see-
is.
Yeah,
Yes.
there it is. And I made you a homemade chimp sheet cake.
Yes. But look at the little placemats. You drew placemats for everybody too.
Yes,
Oh,
right,
wow.
with chimp placemats. Yeah,
Man.
yeah. So let me see if I can. I think I have to
And
stop.
look at I also have a broken arm there too.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did you end up doing that?
Yeah, it's not a cool story.
Oh.
I tripped over a chair.
Oh, I was hoping to be a cool story.
Yeah, there I was, quarterback of the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So this one is from probably a year later, and you guys know how Don Johnson was the coolest guy around, yeah? At the time,
course.
Miami Vice, epitome of style. Well, that was before you saw me.
Oh, wow.
I believe
I
that's.
knew this would be a great segment. I knew it.
I believe that is the 7th grade dance, maybe, or the 8th grade dance. And
So how many girls did you go with to that?
Nope, flying solo. I could have had a girlfriend, but didn't want one. But yeah, skinny pink tie, pink suspenders, a light blue, a powder blue sport coat, and sunglasses. And
Oh man,
yeah.
this segment should just be you. We'll just sit back. We'll just watch your photos.
can dish it out, but he can't take it. And that giraffe painting hung in my parents' house for probably 30 years. The adult giraffe kissing a baby giraffe. No idea why they bought that. And then
I love the title of that photo too. Is it Nick Miami Vice
yeah,
childhood outfit?
Yeah, no. When Joe and I went to college together, I think between freshman and sophomore year, we decided to both get home perms done
Oh yeah.
in August before I was an RA. And so it was before the students came in. And so we just thought it'd be funny if there were two roommates who were, 19 years old and had perms. And so here's us doing an air jam. There's me in the pleather jacket and not able to really grow a good mustache.
I think it actually looks pretty cool.
It does
Doesn't
look
it?
cool.
I don't think that's a terrible photo of us. I think we both look like a couple.
Yeah.
Cool
I
dudes.
didn't realize that was you.
That was me. And then there's Joe's perm that was kind of growing out more on the right playing air.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Nick, you had that perm, and then I think immediately after that, you started losing your hair.
That I trace it all back to that. My hair's like, oh yeah, you want to play games? You want to fuck around? All right, we'll show you. And yeah, it's been falling out since then. So, what do you got? Let's go with Steve next. I'm curious about Steve.
Yeah, I love seeing old pictures of Steve.
Oh boy. So I don't have as many real old ones, but I did make sure that I got some.
Don't have to be old.
Some bad ones. Try to figure out which one to start with. I'll start with this one.
Steve, I was going to say, I remember you were transferring some footage over one time of you when you were younger, like
Yes.
driving around a cemetery and talking
Yeah.
to the camera, and you were really embarrassed and you wouldn't let us come in to see it. I wonder if we could ever see that footage.
Maybe for your
Maybe.
for your
Maybe.
birthday.
Yes.
So this photo, I like that I'm kind of ostracized. I'm not allowed on the horse with
Help.
you guys.
Get off.
And I'm like trying desperately to be in the photo, so I'm holding up the trophy. And we all went to the Belmont Stakes together.
Yeah.
Oh
Great.
yeah, but I just felt like that was good. I should have kept the hat on. I don't know what I was thinking, taking the hat off. But yeah.
No, that's a terrible photo all around. Yeah.
I don't like mine either. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick,
all right.
are your hands on my hips right there?
Oh, I hope not.
They
I
are.
hope not.
I believe they are.
Yeah, it
believe
looks like they are. Yeah.
All right.
Well, couldn't have ended.
So the second one, and they only get worse from there. Second one is I was fooling around on Snapchat and sending stuff to my nieces, I believe. And this came up. Oh, nope. Let me try again. Hold on a second.
That was good.
I mean, you said that. Just go with it. Just go with that.
Yeah, I mean, let's call an audible here. That one is perfectly fine.
Are you guys seeing this one?
Yeah.
No, I've never
we're
not
seeing the
seen
one
this one again.
You with pink hair, right?
Oh, yeah. So
That's
during the last one, I saw the picture of the horse come back up.
Oh,
So that's what I thought. So yes,
no, we
this
saw
is
this.
oh good. Yeah, so there's just so much I don't like about this photo, but yeah.
You make a beautiful woman, though.
Yeah.
I think
You don't mind me saying.
But honestly, take away the beard, and it's not bad. It's like you're like the cafeteria worker, like
Yeah. Those crow's feet around my eye. I don't know what was going on there. It looks like I haven't slept in a while. I mean, they're bad normally, but that one seemed worse.
Yeah.
But I did like the hair. And then last, but not least,
Yeah,
hold on.
I think.
1 second. This is Joe's wife's favorite photo of me, I believe.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know.
I was traveling and I was in Thailand, and to go in the temples, you have to buy pants to go in. She's wearing shorts normally, and so like I'm traveling through, not really fashion conscious to begin with, and I took this, and I just remember talking to Albertina and her just crying, laughing.
So they're okay with Notre Dame fighting shirt.
Yeah, they were fine with everything, but
but Buddha's like no.
And this is out after because I just either went in or went out from it, but there were certain ones you couldn't, and then I was at, I don't remember.
I mean, you look very comfortable. You look like you're very comfortable.
You look very American.
What's the line from Pulp Fiction? It looks like you're going to a volleyball game. Remember that?
Did you get to keep the pants?
Yes, no, I bought them. They were like they were less than $5. They were a couple bucks. And but then you're just wearing them because
stand up, reveal them right now.
But yeah, they're somewhere in Los Angeles, I believe, in my storage unit.
Man.
Yeah, but that was.
Who's got the better ending, George or Joe?
I've got a decent ending, but I always like to end on George.
Okay,
I think that George always goes way more.
Yeah. All right.
Let's okay. So I'll do Here are my terrible photos. So Nick and I, for our buddy Tom's wedding, we decided. Do you see that?
Yep.
We decided to ruin his wedding photos by looking like scumbags. So I cut bangs, and then Nick got a Fu Manchu, and we grew out our mullets. You can't really see the mullets there.
For a full year, I grew up my back of my hair. It was really uncomfortable.
When we found out what the date was of his wedding, we're like, all right, now we're gonna start looking like dirt bags. We shaved off our sideburns, didn't have any sideburns, and his it's sitting on his shelf or on his wall in his living room, the wedding photo of the whole family, and Nick and I totally ruined it. So I think that we did a good job.
On his wall forever.
Yep. All right, here's one just of me like mid bite.
I think you kind of look cool there.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
The lighting's kind of good.
I've seen that shirt on you a number of times, right? Is it the same one?
It's not going to be the last time you see it in this.
That looks like a 90s indie film. That looks like a still from...
That's true, but like it looks like just like, you know.
Well, you're thinking this is before you go on the shooting spree that ends every late 90s indie film.
Right, yeah. And I'm at an old country buffet eating some terrible meat. So I'm chewing extra hard. This next one was, so when I think the last real job I had was working at a film duplication house and a film rental house. And I was quitting it, and I was moving to New York. Nick and I were going to work on this documentary. And I was like, I got to use up this insurance. I'm not going to have insurance for a long time. So I decided I had so many moles on my head that I was like, I'm going to get all my moles removed. So I shaved off my head, and I got like 8 moles removed. And so this is me with a shaved head. And of course, I'm wearing the Newport Pleasure shirt again. And I'm doing a dumb guy face. I usually do a dumb guy face.
That looks like a local production of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like I just got a lobotomy. But let's just zoom.
Yeah, private pile.
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
And they gave me like full-on Frankenstein stitches on this thing.
Frankenstein's monster stitches.
Yeah. Look at those. Those are Frankensteins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full on. Did you crop out the bolts sticking out of your neck at that point?
No, they put one on. Yeah.
I like how you found a way to make this gross.
Yeah.
And then I think this last one is Nick and I were on the road, and I got a hat that said shithead, and I had a pile of shit, like a fake shit on the brim. Nick, do you remember this?
We're all familiar with the shithead hat.
Yeah.
Ever been into a Spencer Gifts, guys?
And I was wearing it just around that day, just to be, just ironically. And then I fell asleep unironically. And Nick snapped a picture of me sleeping with the shithead hat on. So
yeah,
I was ironically wearing the hat, but then I unironically fell asleep.
Yeah,
I put the shithead hat down so that the sun wouldn't get in my eyes while I slept. So.
I forget who we were with, but I was like, "Shh, let little shithead sleep. He's sleeping like."
And my chin there is just terrible too. Like that's just there's so many bad things.
Like a little angel there. Yep.
Yeah. All right, those are mine.
George, what do you got?
All right. Let's see. So I fell asleep I fell asleep on a sock and woke up and had a meeting and nobody mentioned anything. And this is always because I always sleep weird hours.
Yeah.
But it looks like I have some sort of like the alarm went off and went right to the meeting. No one said anything.
It looks like you just fell asleep on a George Foreman grill. It looks like.
No, it looks like a sci-fi movie where I've been branded or something.
Your face is a panini.
All right, so
that's a good one.
Let's see. So in 1990, right before the Gulf War started, I was in a Model UN, and I lit the American flag on fire when I was representing Iran, and ended up making the front page of the local newspaper. And I got my
respectful headscarf there. And,
yeah, made out of a T-shirt and a.
Let's say, hold on, burning issue.
Yeah.
Cultural Rec student George A. Pass. What's the A stand for?
Andrew.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, learning something.
Represented in a mock UN debate, sets fire to a replica of the American flag.
Yeah.
Wait,
And-
did you actually set fire to it?
Yes, it was. So the thing was, if you look,
Inside?
yeah, it was during. So I was with this group of other kids. I mean, this was Model UN, so it's all geeks, and one other kid had brought the lighter and the flag, and he's like, I'm gonna do it, and he kept for like 10, 15 minutes like that. So I'm like, fuck this, and I lit it, not realizing there was a photographer there. But,
Stop the presses.
Right.
I don't know what you mean about nerdy kids. You look really cool right there. You look like Miami Vice right there.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be the judge of that.
All right. Now, so the following is going to, I've mentioned how I was a rotund youth, and the following is my class photo from 1988, 8th grade. And I got a haircut some months before. I got my hair spiked, I guess that's what it was called, and it just kept growing out, and I never got it cut again. And then this happened. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh yes.
And it was funny because it was called, everybody called me the Berlin Wall because of my hair, because it was gigantic. And in fact, when
that's not that bad. That's not as bad as I thought.
I feel like I have a very similar photo to that.
I do
Dig it
too.
up.
I went through a spike phase too. But what I didn't do was the side spike. You did a side spike too.
I don't know what the attempt was, but I just remember more and more mousse was required every morning. And yeah, I gotta stop this.
Also, what happened to your sideburns? Did you lop those suckers off?
Well, as you'll see in next week's photo,
Terrible photos of us.
Yeah, you'll see an 11th grade photo where I look like I'm 9.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't.
Bloomer, huh?
Yes, I'm still getting into my late teens now. So.
Wow. Okay, I like this segment. I actually have tears in my eyes.
Yeah,
from
that's
that.
some solid laughs there.
Yeah.
So like we said, send in your photos to info@foundfootagefest. I'll put it up here. And
give us full permission just to really just make fun of it and just get mean. Just get really mean.
For Joe to get mean.
Yeah, well, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So send those off. We'll keep doing this on Quarantine Class.
We'll be nice. I will.
As long as we're quarantined.
Yep.
All right. What do we got next?
Let me see. Then we go to this, and there's a So I'm an orange cat guy, right? I have
Absolutely.
2 oranges, one male, one female. Females are very rare. 92% of orange cats are male. I have a very rare. Her name's Twinkie. She's very sweet. But there's a Melinda who said that they had an orange cat whose birthday it was, and I'm going to show it to you. Here's the cat. Cat's name is Quincy, turning 18 the other day. So shout out to Casey, can get a birthday shout out from a fellow Orange Cat fan. So yeah, there's the shout out. Shout out to that. He's an old timer too. He looks pretty good for 18.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, he's an old timer.
It's not like Pet Cemetery yet. It's kind of like
no.
nice, fluffy, and yeah.
That's the thing with oranges. Oranges, they age very well. They're showbiz cats.
Well, happy belated birthday to Quincy.
Garfield.
Morris.
Heathcliff.
We teased, I think we teased this on VCR Party on Tuesday, but we recently talked to the director of Creating Rem Lazar. Now, if you haven't been with us up till now, for a long time, almost 10, 11 years, we've been obsessed with this children's movie on VHS called Creating Rem Lazar. And it was a low-budget movie shot in New York, and we'll just play a little bit to refresh your memory of how special this movie truly was.
Out of sight.
Rem is a superhero in the blues.
My belief is right. We'll share our dream and our passions. The sky shining bright. We got it all.
He's in Central Park seeing different musicians. It's a musical. I should have said that. playing air violin.
We got the sun, the moon. Open your eyes, not too soon. I feel the breeze hitting our way. Hold on to your dreams, hold on to today. We got it all, and I believe it's right. Sharing our dreams and our passions. Sky shining bright, we got it all. Day and night.
All right, so that's a lower key song, but that's Rem Lazar. So you know a little bit about what the movie is. And we had the guy who played Rem Lazar on our 100th episode a few weeks ago, well, before all this happened. And he said, you got to check out the director. He gave me his email. And he also said that the director's never talked about it. He was embarrassed about it. But this is a huge get in the VHS business. We got the director of creating Rem Lazar. We had him on Zoom recently.
Yeah, so I cut together. We had a longer conversation, but this is like 3.5 minutes of our conversation with Scott. What's his last name?
Zakarin?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah. So it's Scott, director of Rem Lazar, our interview with him that we did over Zoom. So here it is. He talks about the opening scene there, or the Central Park scene.
Okay.
Yeah, that was their first day of shooting. So all right, here it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Scott, thanks for being here. We caught you dancing.
Oh, cool moves. Is there a story from the set of Rem Lazar that defined the production?
It is that first day. That first day, because I was having a nervous breakdown. I have some photos of it that I can pull out. I was, because we were late. I had all these different people. I was choreographing it myself. Yeah, very first scene we shot. Kids were sweating and turning colors as they go.
I know when we had Jack on, he told us he went in for the costume fitting. You put him in a blue jumpsuit, and then he didn't realize. I think the costume designer, after the first shot, realized, oh, we could see a little bit too much of Jack. What talk about that realization?
No, it wasn't nearly that subtle. It was. It happened at the beginning. It was blatantly obvious. The costumer, a woman named Rosemary Ponzo, started to point at it and say that she's like, I'm not responsible for that. I'm not responsible for that. And then we had to shoot around Jack until we got a dancer's girl, but we still were stuck with a few shots.
Looking back at this 1989 movie, how do you look at it now?
Well, for several years, I had forgotten about it. And then suddenly I'd been called by some folks who wanted to do stories on it. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. Why? And they're like, well, people are trading the videos. They're posting the videos. And I had no idea. And then I started looking up and I realized, oh my gosh, it's out there. And it's got a tremendous amount of views, millions and millions of views with many, many copies going out there of various qualities. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting, except for more than half the audience were making fun of it and saying, oh, it's about a grown man taking two little kids away. And it didn't age well because of that. So I basically wouldn't tell anybody when they were asking me about what my first film was. And I basically didn't tell people. I was skipping over it. And if they asked me about it, I was trying to hide it. And actually, this is the first moment where I'm actually embracing it.
Nice.
So I came on to the VCR party because you guys are good guys and because I want to promote my next show.
My man, yes.
But Rem Lazar, you've gotten the most fan mail for that?
Lately, thanks to you guys, having Jack on and a couple of other people, it's been getting this resurgence where I'm getting several emails a month, people telling me they grew up with it. They watched it over and over. I've always gotten a few of those throughout the years.
Yeah.
And I looked at the IMDb, and if you look at the reviews, it's like, not all of them, but there's 1 star, 10 stars. So 1 star is, what the fuck is this thing? And 10 stars is, I grew up with this film. Oh my God, we all watched it with friends.
Yeah.
I'm now proud of it. People have started turned around and they get me. So
it was worth the
people's-
panic. It was worth
yeah.
the panic attack that you had on day one. It was worth it.
So thanks to Scott, Scott Zakarin. I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't ask you how to pronounce it.
But he was. Did he say it in the interview? He's 23 years old when he made that.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
23.
And
Like right out of college.
project. I
made
mean, yeah, there's early video effects in it, and
he's doing all the choreography, and he's writing the music with another guy, and it's that's an ambitious project for 23 years old.
yeah. And by the way, on our Patreon, you can find, or not a Patreon, but our super long play club, which you can join at our website. We put the full movie up, so if you want to see the full movie, you can see more of the classic movie. And Scott told me he's also doing a podcast now called Digital Sky. And everybody, there's like Tales from the Loop and Black Mirror. It's sort of in that vein, but it's all with apps that affect your modern day life, and it's funny. It's kind of like radio plays. So Digital Sky.
And there's like one story of like an app that you can understand what your dog is saying. Like you can make your dog speak English. So it's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's cool. So we'll put a link to that in the notes for this show.
All right, what do we got next? Everybody's favorite game. The game that everybody loves, Turd Flush. So this game, Turd Flush, I started playing since we've been in lockdown. I've been playing it with my niece and nephew, and I was like, this is too good just to show to my, 4-year-old and 7-year-old niece and nephew. The world needs to see this. So this is week 3 of Turd Flush, and
George's preemptively covering his eyes.
And it's the game. So I don't explain it in this video because I've already explained it a million times, but I'll just do it quickly. It's where I scoop out turds out of the litter box and I put it into the toilet, and then I flush it, and then everybody bets on how many turds float to the top or if they'll all go to the bottom. So that's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you guys have any questions?
Nope.
Wait, so is it the number of them? So is the answer, are we supposed to say like 0 through 15 or something? Because I think before it was just yes or no.
Yeah, I thought it was yes or no too.
But now it's raised up a notch.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to give a number.
The game has evolved. The game has completely evolved, and yes, you have to give a number now.
All right.
Because otherwise there will be too many ties if you say yes and no. So you have to give a number.
Call your bookies now.
All right, here we go.
Place your bets.
Latest episode. Well, hello, and welcome to another round of Turd Flush. Everybody's favorite game. Look at all those turds. Now, last time we played Turd Flush, you remember what happened? My cat scooper broke. Oh, I broke my
I remember that.
scooper. Well, just in the mail today, look what I got. A brand new poop scooper. This thing is so slick. It's so aerodynamic. I can't wait to show it to you. Look at how aerodynamic it is. Look how sleek it is. Scoops out the poop just like that. Look at it. Down it goes. God, that's efficient. God, that moved so quickly. Look at all those.
I'm not optimistic about this. There's going to be a lot left over.
Make your wagers now.
I'm going to say 17.
Go.
37.
All right. And now
4.
it's time for the flush. Lock in your wagers. And a 3. And a 2. And a 1. Oh, boy. Not good. 8 turds. It looks like 3 pea balls. That's round 1. Now we're on to round 2.
Call your bookies again.
We do round 2s now. Place your wagers. I'm going to say no turds. I'm going to say all turds are going down the toilet. Place your wagers now.
What do you think? Second flush?
All right. Yeah.
I'll say 4.
3, 2, 1. No turds. No pea balls. Just some flakes.
Yeah, a little discoloration.
There's always going to be flakes, though. And thank you once again for playing Turd Flush! There it is, guys.
I like the caveat. There's always going to be flakes, though.
It's true.
My favorite
flakes.
my favorite YouTube comment about this was, guys, stop with the gross stuff. And I said, you don't know Joe very well, do you?
Well, but I mean, they're technically right. I think I did make a promise that I was going to show Joe's filth corner before I would do filth.
Yeah.
This is nature.
Trigger warning.
This is all nature. Like, this is like, that's all natural.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
I feel
Your ear
I,
rocks is nature too, but that doesn't make it any better.
I mean, I thought you guys were going to rush to my defense after I said that.
He's
but-
right, guys.
I
It's
feel
nature.
nauseous already. I didn't even watch any of it, and I feel extremely ill.
It's indisputable. It's nature.
It's Mother Nature invented it. Like, you're going to tell Mother Nature she's doing a bad job?
Well, I was imagining
Absolutely
that
not.
you broke your toilet during a pandemic. That's going to be that's going to be like the season finale.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a cliffhanger. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know where I'm going with this, where I'm going next, because, you know, I don't know where to go next.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
You're not going to tie up the excitement of that new scooper.
But yeah, honestly, I spent $12 on that, and pretty happy with the way things turned out. Like, that's going to be with me until the day I die. I'm going to get buried with that thing.
Well, that was some unpleasant things. Let's get into some nice things, everybody.
Nice things.
All right, I'm going to go first, and just kind of a random grab bag of stuff. Some stuff that the viewers sent in. I'll start off with some stuff that I got. Girlfriend got me this. This is a signed sheet music for the Thong Song. And
Frame it.
By Cisco, and it came with a certificate of authenticity. It's in a protective case here, so I like nice things. She knew that, and so the
That's
Cisco
so
song,
sweet.
yeah,
That was so sweet. I just like, there's sheet music for like a song like, I just
Look at this too. I just noticed this words and music by Mark Andrews. Is that Cisco's real name, or did somebody else write the Thong Song? The lyrics.
Somebody out there knows that.
George, you're on it.
I'm Googling.
Well, that's one nice thing. Here's another nice thing. The same convention where I met Wilford Brimley and got the official pronunciation of diabetes, the year before I met the kid who played Jamie on Small Wonder. And he did not talk about it for a long time. And then he did this convention circuit. There wasn't a line, so I got to meet
He didn't
Jamie.
talk about Small Wonder for a long time?
No.
Oh.
And here he signed this. And you can see there's Harriet, Small Wonder, and Jamie. And he kind of just had printed these out on photo paper. And I felt kind of bad for the dude because he was wearing a big hockey jersey and he had knuckle tattoos and his booth wasn't that popular. It could have just been a slow time. And I remember him saying that, like just kind of chatting with him for a long time about Small Wonder. And then he goes, "Hey man, afterwards, we're just going to hang out here in the hotel bar. So if you're not doing anything, come on by." It's like,
did you do it?
No.
Oh.
I think the most I can spend at one of these celebrity conventions is maybe an hour. Then it starts to get too sad. So, but hey, he probably made some good money. I know I bought a lot of bootleg Small Wonder stuff from him.
Wow. That's
Well,
cool.
it's probably disappointing because everyone thought he became Billy Corgan, right? That was the rumor.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah.
I bet he fielded that question all day long.
Okay, so everybody's talking about politics. The voting's a mess, but Bob sent me this politically themed election year Urkelos. We opened up another box previously on VCR Party, but this one has inside you can win an Urkel for President pin, and this is still sealed. I want to see what the pin looks like.
Yes.
And then here, Urkel for President, you can send in and win a trip to Washington, D.C., and you have to either say, "Yes, I cast my vote for Steve Urkel for president. Please enter my ballot," or "Absolutely anybody but Urkel, but still cast my vote." So you could have voted either way on that one.
Oh, wow.
So let's open her up.
What year did that contest end?
I don't know if there's an expiration. It says
It's still valid.
December 31st, 1992, but who knows? It can't hurt to
All right.
And how would you have voted, Nick?
I write in Urkel
Yes.
every single voting, like every single presidential election. I write him in.
Yeah, well,
Perfect.
let's see. The glue is really stuck here, but they still smell kind of fruity, kind of Fruit Loopsy.
We eat one?
I ate one last time.
Yeah, we'll eat one now.
This always just smells like dog food.
Is it made by Purina?
Yeah, it's made by Purina. You can see the little
Yeah, there it
dog
is.
food symbol. I don't see the Urkel pin though. Is it at the bottom of the?
Yeah, they're
Well,
always
you
at
used
the
to have to
bottom.
reach into the.
I don't know, but is it in the bag? Because sometimes they're.
Yeah, it's in the bag. It's at the bottom
Oh,
of
I
the.
see it.
Yep, there it is.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
Grab it.
Just
And
have
eat
to.
one. Just eat one.
No, eat your way down there.
Yeah, eat.
We might be going long tonight. Wait. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is.
How does your arm smell?
It's okay. I should say this isn't a pin. They probably couldn't put pins in a child's cereal,
Oh.
but it's a sticker, and there it is, the Urkel for President sticker with some tape on the back.
Nick, I got a project for you this week.
Yeah, sure.
Will you put that Urkel pin that's not a pin up on eBay and give it 7 days and see what it goes for 1 week from today? See where we're at.
Well, I kind of wanted to wear it, but sure. Yeah, let's do that as an experiment first.
Okay. Yeah,
and,
What's your reserve? 5 million or?
The weird thing is, yeah, Bob probably bought these on eBay for however much, the cereal itself. And now we're making money off a gift that Bob gave us.
You're not going to make money, but
Okay.
I
don't know.
Eat an Urkel.
Yellow or red?
Which one did you not like last time? I think it was the yellow you didn't like.
Yeah,
Let's
yellow
go with
was
those.
worse.
Yeah, go with the yellow.
Maybe a couple.
The other one you said was
I picked up
fine.
a double. I picked up a double.
You got to eat it.
Oh, and it looks like there's some dirt on it too. It looks.
Oh, no, that's like ants have been eating it.
Probably black mold.
Oh. It tastes like the Batman cereal, but worse.
Worse?
It tastes like you're eating a handful of dirt. Oh,
Is anything going numb or anything like that?
not yet.
Do you ever gag, Nick? I think we've had this conversation. No, eat it. You spit it out?
Yeah, I can't do it. It's gross.
Do you ever gag, though?
Not really. Maybe if somebody else pukes, but that's about it. Let me get into two more nice things from that other people sent in, and these are pretty quick. Our friend Craig, who's actually in the documentary Dirty Country, which our Dirty Country thing you can find on our website. He's a musician, and a lot of his friends have been doing online concerts. And while they do it, they sort of thank the people giving feedback. You know how you can see people's comments and stuff while you're performing? So here's something he thought was funny. This wasn't aimed at us. It was just a concert that he was doing in his living room.
There ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. Hi, Melinda.
Anyway, I like that people are keeping an eye out for Hi Melindas.
I like to think that Melinda was Nick Nolte's Melinda, who had gotten in touch with him.
The doctor's wife, yes. Well, here's another. It's a lot of cat-related content, but Ginny Porter, who's a regular viewer, sent us. Her cat did not appreciate a recent segment on VCR Party, and here's her cat's reaction to it. Bye, everybody. Then we'll meet our savior.
I'm right there with the cat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
I'm 100% with the cat on that.
And that's
one.
my nice things.
That's definitely a nice thing. All right, I got 4 nice things here. This first one is a video I found. I went into the office this week and I found this video, a biblical approach to spanking, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to watch that. I can't wait to see it. Maybe they'll do some reenactments. They'll show you like maybe on a dummy like how to spank. And I opened it up when I got home, and
it's the old bait and switch.
look at that.
Yep. We've been burned a lot of times by the old cassettes. Yeah.
It's one of the pitfalls of our job.
Yeah.
Is that we occasionally will get so excited, we'll buy it, we'll bring it home, and then there'll be some tape. So nothing we can do with these, but I guess it's good for display. So I'm going to put it up on there because it's a nice thing. Nick, I thought you would appreciate this one. So this is a VHS, a VCR head cleaner that I bought recently. Like I got it, it's still sold in the store. Right? It's for a VCR. You put it in, it cleans the heads, and it makes the tracking nicer. And but look at the bottom, how they phrased it. Safely cleans any VHS
Those
player.
sons of bitches. So we've been talking about doing a PSA for a long time because younger people especially do not know that it's not called a VHS player, and the tapes aren't called VCR tapes.
Yeah.
They're VHS tapes, and it's called a VCR.
It's a VCR. It's not a VHS player.
No.
They should know that. What company is this? Clean Doctor? Clean Doctor should know.
We're calling you out, Clean Doctor.
I'm writing them a letter. While you're eBaying the Urkelo,
Yeah?
I'm going to write Clean Doctor a letter.
Okay.
And say, get your shit together, asshole. All right. What's my other thing? Oh, here we go. So this one was sent in by Hayden. Hayden sent in a couple nice things. This is a mouse pad that he found. I'm a big fan of mouse pads.
Me too.
He found this mouse pad at a dollar store. Dollar stores can have some good stuff, actually.
Great mouse pad selections, usually.
Yeah, okay, here it is. All right, it says coffee break. And it has...
It's one of those slick mouse pads, too.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is, like Legos on there or something.
Blocks.
And then they have this long thing like written on the side. It's kind of hard to read, but he transcribed all of it.
No indentation on it either.
He said, organizing my place, I found a nice thing you might like. It's this dollar store mouse pad. The text reads as follows. Increasingly, women are becoming more aware of the impact of diet on the health of their unborn children. There are many theories available on the shelves of popular bookshops suggesting what is healthy and what is not, and coffee is often portrayed in a negative light. Thus, it is not, and it goes on like this. It goes on like this, talking about
birth
coffee
defects and its dangers on pregnancy.
with pregnancy. Yeah,
Coffee break. I can't start my day before my coffee, but increasingly women are providing. That is so perplexing.
Let me just read the last sentence. We are told to avoid coffee and other caffeine-containing drinks to beat the summer heat and prevent dehydration, and the urban myth that coffee perpetuated.
Look how there's no spaces on a lot of that, and caffeine-containing is a hyphenated phrase. I didn't realize that. Did Hayden buy the mouse pad? Because how do you let that?
Yeah, he had it. Yeah, he has it at his place. Yeah. I don't know if he uses it, but
I bet it feels nice just have your hand cushioned on one of those slick.
Oh, feels so nice. It's just so much more efficient for the cursor and
so long carpal tunnel.
So Hayden also said next time that we see him that he's going to give us a bunch of tapes, and so these are the tapes that he said that he found a box of bootleg porn or like tape porn taped off a TV or something, and one of them, that one's called Karate Cunts, which Cunts is with a K, like the clown, like the
the
clown museum?
Clondell Museum, yeah.
Clondell Museum, yeah. So that's a nice thing, and these are all the other tapes. Happy Good Luck Bats and Horseshoe Crab, and I think that's an origami video, so that's definitely a nice thing.
I think a Happy Good Luck Bat was the source of coronavirus, unfortunately. Now, that takes on a new Paul after all this.
Yep. And by the way, the name of our new show, it's not Quarantine Classics anymore. It's Karate Cunts.
Okay, from now on, I think it's a unanimous vote all around. And that's it. Let's wrap up nice things. Okay, Steve, what do you got for us?
So we have another, Melinda was kind enough to send in. For those of you who have not been following, it's your first show. We played a Welcome to My Home. It was a video from the 80s. Was it Dixon?
Brenda Dixon, yeah.
Yeah, Brenda Dixon did it. And so then we did it for ourselves, and Melinda's have been sending it in each week. So let me show you this week's Welcome to My Home from Elizabeth.
Well, hello, Melindas. Welcome to my home. This is where I keep my plants. I haven't named them all, but they're nice things. This is the baby. You don't want to upset the baby. This is where we keep our alcohol. It's been very important these last few weeks. Let me show you my greenhouse. This is where the magic happens. This is where I grow things. I love things. This is where I try to do my work. Do you like this sweater? Sometimes I keep snacks in here for when I'm hungry. Here are some of my tchotchkes. I love them all.
Ooh, the
Welcome
teeth.
to my bathtub. Only through the magic of television.
Oh, a cool light.
Mimi.
Thanks for that's very nice.
No, please leave. Yeah.
Yes. So many nice things. Melinda's
I
always got
know.
nice. That's one thing that all Melindas have in common is we all have nice things.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Keep
Yeah.
them coming, guys. You can. There's a Facebook group someone started called the Melindaverse that people have been posting those on, I think. So, or send them directly to us.
Yeah, and last Tuesday, Steve edited together Bob. He submits tons of videos to the show. Steve, you did a cut of his. Like, it was like a couple minutes long, but you're going to put up the full version.
Sure. People on the Melindaverse is the name of that Facebook group, and people there are clamoring for it. So I'll put it up there. It's a 9-minute cut, so I'll post a 9-minute cut there.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got lots of nice things there. George, what do you got?
All right. So first off, I wanted to mention that Mark Andrews is the name of Cisco. So
it is.
The lyrics and music were by him. Okay.
Yes. So let's see. So here is a timely tie-in. There's a new reboot of Amazing Stories on Apple TV, and in case you've never heard of it, Amazing Stories was a Spielberg-produced anthology of the mid-'80s that was sort of like a lighthearted Twilight Zone, but it had a huge budget for its time.
I loved the show.
Me too.
I loved it. Every Sunday night. Oh, it was the best.
The 3D computer knight coming down with the sword.
Oh, man.
And the pilot, which starred, Kevin Costner and Kiefer Sutherland, was one of the first shows I recorded when my family got a VCR. But the series only lasted 2 years, so I couldn't remember whether the show was any good beyond the handful of episodes I remembered. So I went and found that there are a lot of episodes that are free online. So after some reviews, I watched a 1985 episode called Remote Control Man. And I'm going to be discussing it here because it has many intersections with VCR Party Live. I have a strange number of them. So the episode is about this miserable guy who gets a new TV with a magic remote control, and he uses it to turn his horrible family, shown here, into his TV dream family, which is sons Arnold Drummond from Different Strokes, Face from the A-Team,
Barbara Billingsley?
Yes, the mom from Leave It to Beaver.
Well, and also
his wife.
Also, the guy is from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't either at the moment. But of course, everything goes awry, which initiates an amazing series of cameos. And here's a screen grab in which you have Lyle Alzado, Lou Ferrigno, and Richard Simmons.
And they're the actual. They're the actual?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Who's
the Holy Trinity.
Yes. You remember Richard Simmons' outtakes were featured on VCR Party episode 56, if you're keeping track.
Who could forget?
And then Kit from Knight Rider breaks through a wall. Ed McMahon shows up. So many other people appear. It's a who's who of 80s pop culture.
Spielberg.
Yeah. So let's look at the son on the show. And on VCR Party Live, episode 98, we looked at punk representations on TV, and somehow this went under the radar. Second, his shirt is amazing. Rats on Fire, great band name, great club name, great whatever you want.
By the way, we got to remake that shirt and sell it on our website or something, because that is we remade the Balloon Fest shirt. We remade the Miss Junior America Wisconsin shirt. Like, this is a no-brainer.
Rats on Fire. For sure. Yeah,
and you know who you have to send it to? Well, the third, this kid should look familiar because it's Jeff Cohen, or Chunk from Goonies.
Right.
And here is a more recent photo of him. He's now a celebrity attorney. And when I mentioned him to you, Joe, you said he was once Found Footage Festival's lawyer. Explain that.
So right when we started out doing found footage, just like 2004, we got a development deal with CBS. And our manager at the time said, you guys need a lawyer, and I have a couple options for you. One is Elizabeth Taylor's attorney. You would never even talk to him. He would do everything. He'd have his assistants. You'd never even deal with him. He goes, my other one is this guy just starting out. He's a former child actor. He played Chunk in the Goonies. And Nick and I were like, we go with Chunk from the.
To make.
Yeah, there's no question.
Why even give us option A? I mean,
you guys made the right choice.
He got him on the phone right then and there. We talked a little Goonies, and we got a chance to hang out with him a few times on the road too.
Yeah, at the Just for Laughs festival, we spent a whole weekend with him. So yeah, we're pals with Chunk. I mean, this is 15 years ago, but
I know, but it was something I think the Melindas will be thrilled with. That's
yes,
a great fact. And finally,
I was also going to say, like at the Just for Laughs, people would come up and they would always say, "Are you Chunk from the Goonies?" Because he doesn't really look like Chunk anymore. He lost a lot of weight, he's in great shape, and he denied it every single time. He was always like, "Nope, I played Corey Feldman in Stand By Me." I remember that was always his line that he would tell people. I played Corey Feldman in Stand By Me.
Well, when I was in college, everybody said, like, at every school, because we're about his age, at every school and at my college, everyone said, he goes here, right? Like, it was the story at every college was that Chunk from Goonies, it was in one of my classes.
School, yeah. Well, he was a great lawyer, by the way, still is, and he's on Twitter, and I think he's embraced the playing Chunk thing a little more. And if anybody has the Goonies DVD, there's a commentary on it, and he is the best thing about that commentary. He has, because he just was a normal kid. He stopped acting after that and went to law school and was student council president, and just he had a normal upbringing, so he had a normal kind of fun perspective on Goonies. So
not your typical child star.
No, seek that out. It's a great commentary because of Jeff Cohen. So,
all right. And here's the final link. So the episode was directed by Bob Clark, the director of, among other things, Porky's and Porky's 2, which starred Rem Lazar himself, Jack Mulcahy, the special guest on VCR Party Live episode 100.
There he is, Rem.
Nice.
So
there he is.
So everything is so it was just a watching it. I don't know if it's that it has so many ties or that everything from the 80s has been covered by VCR Party Live, so that anything I watch is going to seem like super relevant.
It's always 2 degrees away.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we usually end things by saying that's it. And I've noticed that, and that comes from the end of a video about how to play the bones, the old-timey folk instrument. A guy named Percy Danforth doesn't know how to end his instructional video, so he says that's it. You've seen it at the end of most of our episodes. But the people have been messaging us and saying, hey, on Zoom, I just, without thinking about it, I've said that's it to end my business call. And what I would like to challenge people to do, I know we've had a lot of challenges here, but is to record yourself on your phone, maybe on a Zoom call, and saying that's it to end your business conference or happy hour or whatever.
Yeah, slip it in there. Try to slip in. And
the higher the stakes, like the more important the business meeting, the more credit we'll give you. And we'll tack those on. We'll show those on some VCR Party or Quarantine Classics episodes.
Or doctor's visits or like confessionals.
Or your parents, like, all right, Mom, that's it.
Yeah, whatever. Just like, let's see some hidden camera videos of that.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Have a very happy Easter. Hippity hop. Don't stop.
We've got your Easter eggs.
All right, we got to go.
That's it. If we tried harder, we could have done better. Steve.
The yuck is out of my nose.
Now he's doing it on purpose. We'll be right back right after that.
I swear I'm not.
There we go. That's all. That's it.